Hello everybody, it is Clash's Gut here on how to make a Flappy Bird game in Scratch. So, first let's get rid of this cat sprite and we want to paint our own sprite. So, we want first a yellowish circle to be the bird's body. We can tilt that a bit. Make sure to center it. And using the line tool, let's make a beak. And then let's use the brush and let's give it a eye. Oops. And again, using the line tool, want to make some feet. Like this. And there we go. Our bird is done. So, into the code. Now, when clicked, we want to make a new variable. Let's just delete the my variable and let's call it y velocity. So, when clicked, set y velocity to 0. Want to go forever. If else, if mouse down, then set y velocity to, let's go 5, else change y velocity by -0.5. And of course we want to go change y by and forever. When clicked, forever change y by y velocity. And there we go. It is the basics of a Flappy Bird. Okay, now obviously we don't want it here. Let's go when clicked, go to x -150 and y 100. Now let's go and put an if in here. If touching edge, then we want to, let's just go stop all for now. So basically if you hit the floor or if you fly too high, then the game ends. So don't forget to regularly save it. Okay, now let's make the poles. So we want let's go with a greenish color, and the outline we want it basically the same color except darker. So greenish color, and we'll have to change the brightness by a bit. Maybe you can make that also a bit darker. There we go. Now make that. That looks good. Now we want to make a very long rectangle like this, and let's make that outline thicker. Let's actually go 12. Looking pretty good. Now move that up a lot. And then now we want to basically make another small rectangle here like this. You can use the arrow keys to adjust its position. And there we go. We've got the top pipes. Now we can make that a bit smaller because that is a tad large. Let's go. Yep, this side looks good. Put it around here. Copy, paste. We want to flip vertically and put another pipe down here. Use the arrow keys again to make sure it's aligned with the top pipe. And make sure there's a big enough gap between it so our bird can actually fly through. Cool. Now let's go. When clicked, I'm gonna go forever. Create clone of myself. Wait, let's go 3 seconds. Of course, we want to hide at the start. Let's go, when I start as clone, go to Y, pick random, -60 to 60, and X, we want that all the way down here, let's just go 255 and repeat until x position is smaller than negative 255. Change x by negative 3. And then obviously we want to delete this clone and we have to make it show at the start. So let's try. So as we see, our pole is very good, moving at a nice speed. Maybe we can make it a bit faster. And of course that looks a bit too big again. So let's just go set size to 75. Let's try that. That is better. Okay, now let's see if we can make this gap just a teeny bit bigger, otherwise our bird will have a really hard time fitting through. And let's go to our bird, edit the sprite, add in a touching and a or. So if touching edge or if touching our pipes, which is sprite 2, then stop all. So let's go in and try. So looking pretty good. Oh, and I touched the pipe and it dies. So basically we've got the basics of a Flappy Bird game, but of course we have to make it look a lot better and add a lot more detail to it. So let's go in here and let's go a bluish, light bluish. Make the background, oh, that looks a bit too, let's go like that. Maybe make it, just you can test around until you find the one that suits you the best. I'm just gonna go maybe a bit, yep, this looks pretty good for me. If you want to obviously change it to what you like, you can make it darker or lighter depending on what you prefer. I'll just go with that. Pretty good. So now we want to add in a score. So every time you basically pass a pipe, you get 1 extra score. So I want to obviously set score to 0. And let's go into the pipe. So when I start as clone, if okay, actually no, let's just leave that for now, but we've got something else to do. I actually think that we should first make a bit of a background because this is looking pretty dull. So let's go paint a new sprite, and you want to make a greenish line. So yeah, that should be good. Make it a bit lighter. 12, go 10. And just press shift while you're making a line to make a straight line from one side to another. So make sure that is rather centered and press this and make some hills or bumps or whatever you prefer, like that. And then go to bitmap and you can fill in there with a greenish color. And that looks pretty good for a background. So obviously you can change the color, but I'm just gonna go with this for now. Let's go when clicked, hide. I have to get rid of that forever. And we want to create clone of myself. Okay, and we want it to go to 0, 0. Forever. Let's go change x by negative 1.5. And let's put in a if x position smaller than, let's say, negative 255, then go to, 0 again, and 2, 5, 5. And again, same that when I start as clone, we want to duplicate that, and instead we want it to, instead of going to 0, 0, we want to go to 0, 2, 5, 5. Okay, oops, oh, I forgot to let it show. So I think we can just get rid of that hide because we don't really need it to hide for any reason. Oh, yep, again, we forgot to make sure that we don't want that Y255. Let's just check. Let's make the X 0. Yep. 0. We want this X255. I want it to. Okay. Get rid of that and make that if. Made a little mistake here. Sorry. If. Then we want it to go to here. Go to 255. And then repeat until, oops, duplicate that, we want to, let's go change X by -1.5, change X by -1.5, and we can practically get rid of that. Change X by -1.5, put this in here and test it. Oops, again we have a bit of problem here. Have to set that to 0 and 255. There we go. We officially, don't reload, have a scrolling background. However, the background is covering some of this pipe. So in here we want to make it go to front layer. Don't forget to save oftenly. Go in and let's try now. Pretty good. We have a endless scrolling background. So that is pretty good, but as you notice, the background is covering up some of our bird, so we don't want that to happen. So we have to go to bird, and again we want to go to front layer, so the background is at the very, very back. And yep, look at this, it won't cover the bird anymore. So what we're missing right now is of course the scoring machine. So again, we want to, when clicked, forever change score by 1, and let's go wait 3 seconds. Oops, we obviously have to show the score variable. So score is 1 right now, score becomes 2, so every 3 seconds it will change your score by 1. Looking pretty good. Now let's make this move a bit faster and put this in front of here. So score 0, 1, 2, 3. Looking pretty good. So now you basically have a playable Flappy Bird game. It's a very, very fun game, and obviously, as you can see, very easy to make. And it can be played for a long time without getting bored. And that is it for now, I guess. So, thank you for watching with Clash of Gut. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if this video helped you. Check out my other videos on how to make Scratch games, and stay in tune for my next video. Again, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye!